Hey y'all, it's Pam with Living in Charlottesville. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about eating, sleeping, playing, working, drinking, living in Charlottesville, make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the bell so you're notified every time a new video is uploaded. So I hear from folks all the time relocating to the area, and they want to know what the locals know. What do I know? I grew up here. I have seen the streets blossom. I have seen cow fields turn into neighborhoods. I saw a drive-in movie theater demolished for the mall kind of thing. So I've seen it all. I know where the different places are. I know the different feels of the different places. So today, what we're actually going to get into are the top reasons I think you need to either avoid or really reconsider moving to Charlottesville unless you can handle it. Now, the funny part is I actually have this on my desk. So this is the point that I'm trying to get across today. I'm not going to be giving you the Chamber of Commerce. These are things that living here, that myself, my coworkers, these are things that we really want our clients to know, because again, we want to make sure that we find you the best place for living in Charlottesville. So we're going to get started right now. Hey y'all, it's Pam with Living in Charlottesville. Today I wanted to touch on the top 8 reasons why you really need to consider if Charlottesville is the right area for you, your family, your four-legged, your partner, whatever your dynamic is. Maybe it's just for you. But today I'm actually giving you the 8, probably the anti-Chamber of Commerce list. Reason number 1. So the big thing is that I really want to make sure you understand is the Charlottesville area, we can sometimes be very politically polarized. And I'm not necessarily talking about politics, more the environment naturally gives us opposites and sides. So for example, with the University of Virginia here, we actually naturally have the university or the students, and then some people will say we have the townies. We have the very rural farms, large farms, and then we have an urban environment that is downtown. We have city and we have counties. We have locals and we have transplants. So all of these naturally are on opposite, and they have to come together in the middle. So sometimes it can be politically charged. So that's the number 1 thing I want to make sure that you know. So with that, remember, I need you to reach out. I need you to, first off, you can hit the subscribe button, tap the bell, so you don't miss any content, to make sure this is going to be the right fit for you in the Charlottesville area and living in Charlottesville. But also make sure that, reach out to me, shoot me a text, drop me an email, give me a call. My phone actually works as a phone, and let's have a conversation. As I showed earlier, subtly, I'm going to be honest, because quite honestly, I'm not going to run from my clients. So I want to have this conversation with you early so that we know where it is we should be focusing on and getting you to living in Charlottesville. Reason number 2, and I know I've said it before, but I really want to make sure that this is not a hidden thing to you, because it's sort of like traffic, but it's the cost of living. So our cost of living on average 7% higher for housing, but overall our cost of living is 10% more than the national norm. Cost of living, cost of living, cost of living. But if you're coming here from, again, Washington, D.C., if you're coming from New York, or even say Orlando, coming from the West Coast, then you may actually view this as a welcome relief, because many of the things that you're paying for now and with your cost of living currently, this is actually going to be a mecca for you. So again, it depends where you're coming from, but what I do hear from my clients is somebody coming from rural, we'll say rural South Carolina, and they're moving here for their new job in a .com tech firm and such. They come here and they're like, Pam, so my family and I are moving. We want a 4-bedroom, 3-bath on 3 acres, and our budget is $250,000. I know that's not going to work. Our cost of living, depending on where, again, you want to live and what amenities you're wanting and the size and everything, that is just not realistic. And that's one of the big things that we need to make sure that you are coming into this and you know what you're getting into and you know what you're looking for. So, cost of living. So reason number 3, we don't have all the very large city amenities. We are not the hustle and the bustle, but we are definitely more of a quiet, gentler, but breathtaking area that, I will firmly tell you this, rolls up the sidewalks at 9 p.m. most of the time. So that is not a joke. If you are looking to go out on a nightlife, yes, there are those places. Yes, they're going to be around, mostly downtown, but most of the time, the sidewalks get rolled up like Mayberry in Charlottesville about 9 o'clock. So the 4th thing you really need to know and understand is Charlottesville is going to be up, and I just was having this conversation. If you are in and around this area, you're going to be car dependent. We are spread out enough, but we're not city busy enough that it takes you more than traditionally 20 minutes to get from point A to point B. But you got to have a car to get from point A to point B. Now, we do have the trolley service downtown. We do have public bus, and that services Charlottesville, Albemarle, and those areas with limited service to the outlying areas. And yes, we have ride shares, we have Uber, we have Lyft, we have all of that. But you need to understand, you're probably going to need to have a car or 2 depending on your household size. The other thing, though, I will say the bonus about that, when you look at commuting times for this area, when investigated, it is normally 14 to 18 minutes on average for a commute. So again, it falls into that 15 to 20 minutes to get anywhere. I was just talking with someone who works here in my office, and her car has been in the shop. And she was just talking about how she lives fairly close, but with the car being in the shop for the past week, she has been utilizing car services and walking, and she loves it. Don't get me wrong, she loves it. But she acknowledges, what would you do if you didn't have a car? Things such as having to bring home a big bag of dog food. Well, you have to rely on car services. And her statement was, that can get really expensive. So we really are a car dependent area. So reason 5, this one, I want to make sure, because let's face it, if you are looking at relocating, transferring, moving to the Charlottesville area, living in Charlottesville, you're going to be Googling it, all about it and everything. Recent events and things that pop up readily with Charlottesville are not the norm for us. So the most recent events, these are just not us. These are people coming in from the outside. So this is not a standard, and this is not the Charlottesville community. I will say, though, our response is very much the Charlottesville community, where we will come together and we will make sure that we take care of our own. So recent events is not typical, but unfortunately in our world today, things do happen, and we gather around our community, and we are all Charlottesville when things like that happen. Reason number 6, if you need to root for the local football team, for UVA, for the college team, for Charlottesville UVA football, it is what it is. Now, I will say, UVA has phenomenal other sports, and we excel. They excel. Lacrosse, soccer, baseball. Holy crumb. There's something to keep that you can watch locally practically year-round. But football and football season and tailgating, there are some people who think that it's that. But if you're from one of those communities that it's football or die, Charlottesville's probably not going to be the perfect fit for you. Number 7. So, sort of like the football, this is not the Chamber of Commerce. But I think you need to know, because quite often what you hear is, oh, you're moving to the mountains of Virginia. Oh, you're moving here, you're moving there. You're moving to the mountains of Virginia. We have the Blue Ridge Mountains. We have the Shenandoah Valley. We have the part of the Appalachian Trail. We do not have the Rockies. We do not have mountains that just jet up on either side of you and provide things for like diamondback skiing and things like that. Our mountains are the Blue Ridge Mountains. They're gentle, rolling, stunning. They provide beautiful music. They provide beautiful hiking and waterfalls. And the Blue Ridge Parkway goes through it. And one of the most scenic drives in America. A portion of the Appalachian Trail goes through our community. So again, we have the Blue Ridge Mountains. We do not have the rocky, big, tall, huge mountains. So we have a university, but we are not a college town. We are fortunate, and this is one reason that I believe so many people come here, and also another reason why our housing is so high, whether it's a rental or a purchase, resale, or new construction. It's because we have several entities, I guess is the best way to put it, that keeps our economy very, very stable. So we are not just surviving on the university. Now, the university provides a ton of jobs. And if I remember correctly, they do pay a living wage because they do employ a ton of people. If you think about it, it's everything. I mean, it's a city unto itself, taking care of a populace that comes and goes, ebbs and flows. So yes, we are not a college town. I know when I should go down to the corner to some of my favorite restaurants, and I know when I should avoid the area and go down on fall break, go down during the summer, times when the students are not here and the area is quiet. So that's it. Life in Charlottesville offers a blend of rich diversity, stunning beauty, and so much more. But there are things that I think everybody should know, and I hope you've learned those. If you think those are not that big of a deal, or you're excited about it, whatever it is, or if you want to know more, maybe I didn't touch on something, give me a call, shoot me a text, drop me an email, and let's see if living in Charlottesville is right for you.